Hi everyone, welcome back. Storm here.
Jessica here.
We are watching more of Daredevil Born Again, episode 7. Last episode, Fisk and Daredevil are back.
They're back, baby.
100%.
They are born again.
They are born again. There's the title. Do you like it when there is an actual quote in a movie that tells you the title of the movie?
It depends on the movie and
or the show.
Quote.
Yeah.
There are times where like they do it
corny.
and it's just like no. And
yeah.
there are times where they do it and you're like, yeah, that's perfect. They should have exactly done that. Yeah.
That's a good point. I agree with that 100%. So, in this case, Born Again, yes, they are. Shall we get into this and we'll talk about it after?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Track 61.
The rule of law will prevail.
Oh my god, thank God for Daredevil.
I honestly thought that he might not get there in time.
You never know. That's what I like about it, because I want him to save everyone, but
Look out this window. What do you see?
it makes it more realistic this way when you're not sure.
Starbucks. Moses.
I thought that'd be me, Starbucks. I would so say that.
He's gonna go down in his basement. He's gonna carbo load and some pasta. I'm really surprised they haven't brought Karen back in. Like, I know she showed up like a little bit.
For. You're
She's
so right. You are so right. You guessed that last time. Yeah, she's gonna connect the dots. I'm gonna sound like Batman.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Which, this isn't Marvel related, but I keep seeing the trailers for the new Superman movie, and they look so good.
Yeah.
Speaking of people who have secret identities.
Hey! Full moon just for me.
Ooh. She doesn't know this is his after battle shower.
I fell. Oh, she's alive again. Your questions later.
Oh, yeah. This is a after battle something, alright.
He's fully alive again.
You're beat up. Is this some sort of self-harm?
Far from it.
You know, and sometimes this all feels, to me, feels like
What are you gonna say? It's gonna be bad.
fake.
No, don't. Oh.
I get what he's trying to say, but that's not. I don't like.
Yeah, I could tell whatever he was gonna say was gonna come out so wrong.
I'm sorry to do this, but you have been tamping down trauma for so long. You can't even see it. It's bubbling up inside of you and threatens to ruin everything good you have.
I know.
Mimi.
I know.
Everything good we have.
Yep. And I'm trying really hard to fight it.
It's not a fight.
He does that smile,
It's a
that
process.
the guard.
Mm-hmm.
Understood. Thank you.
Nope, he's just.
Oh, don't joke.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I love you, man.
Uh-huh.
I love you too.
That's
Elmer.
very sweet. And last, no trauma. Oh, feeling her face. It's awesome.
There was a time when you were on the force, almost like this. You called me.
You owe me.
He's like an addict. Like, that's what it feels like. It feels like someone
The
who's
adrenaline.
fallen off the wagon.
I have more resources. Institutional resources. Law enforcement resources. Using those to settle old scores could be seen as an abuse of power. When I brought you over from your previous life, can you recall why I said I hired you? I believe you called it my ability to think asymmetrically. Yes, Buck. Yes. Now, I have the responsibility to protect this city from anyone who steps outside of the law.
You get what I'm saying? Okay.
The unjustly arrested really got to me. We watched you murder people.
Oh, yeah.
I was right, Mr. Murdock.
So true.
Jesus. What's the point? Cops ain't gonna do nothing about it.
If they don't, somebody will. I promise you.
Always getting a little too
Now I
confident.
need you to think really carefully. What can you tell me was out of the ordinary? Was different, unique?
He had these sketches, and he was really amped about them. Kept talking about them. Kept doing them.
What of, like, heroes of people?
Faces.
Look at white tigers.
She can join the kid crew. Young Avengers.
Right? Maybe.
It's time for a change.
Are you asking for my permission or my help?
That's up to you.
She's playing everybody.
Hi.
Oh no. Do you think he could possibly be Muse?
I think he's Muse from the way he was acting.
I know, and that's recap in the beginning of this episode.
Spent summers there, and I go outside, and someone hands me this bouquet of red balloons. I don't know why. No other kid has them. And then my parents, they wheel up this giant birthday cake.
He does look a little bit like
They
Sam.
come over, but when I join them, they don't see me.
They do.
I mean, no one knows I'm there.
What do you think it means?
I have no idea.
How familiar are you with Taekwondo?
I like boxing.
My nephew's like Taekwondo.
Did I ever tell you I used to compete in Taekwondo?
No?
It would explain why he was able to take on Matt.
Yep.
Hated it.
Do you still compete?
Can you
in
imagine
Taekwondo?
being a therapist and you don't never know what kind of patients
All I
you're
ever
gonna
wanted
get?
to be was an artist. To be the person I am now, and
It's
that's
too
all thanks
obvious.
to you.
Uh-oh.
That is kind of you to say, but I'm just the
No,
conduit.
you're the key.
Oh god.
Don't you see that?
Not creepy and weird at all.
Nope.
You've unlocked something in me, Dr. Glenn. This was something I didn't know was missing.
No!
You've allowed my creativity to flourish, to soar to heights I never even imagined.
Time's up.
So,
Oh, look at the time.
about homework.
Now, you're not listening to me, Dr. Glenn.
Of course, sir.
And I'll take it from here.
I don't think that's how police work works, but
She's like, what?
you just give it to the mayor, and the mayor,
I'll handle it.
takes care of it.
Raise who we are. You can truly.
That's a lot of blood. There's no way that much blood came out of his nose.
Right?
About that drawing.
Looks like his mask.
You already know, Dr. Glenn. I can see it in your face.
Crap. And look what he did.
This is a good thing. Now there are no more secrets between us.
This is so weird.
Is that
My true self.
question, please?
And I know what you're thinking, Dr. Glenn. There's only one question on your mind right now.
Is he gonna kill me?
Can I make it to the door in time?
Oh my god. Holy crap! Wow.
Some Batman shit right there. Oh, is he gonna like feel the face and then know it's his girlfriend?
What? No.
I don't know if that's how drawing works, but you know.
If you want to overthink it and feel the bumps of... You don't always feel the depth, though.
I know.
that.
Like I said, I don't think you could feel a face and then feel a
I
drawing.
know, I
and
like
then
the
feel it.
idea.
So it's an
We used to
interesting
paint
idea.
a lot. We went to art school. Ooh. Crud.
If he did a sculpture, if there was a sculpture there, I'd believe it.
The mask is perfect.
Don't fucking call me that! I am Muse! Muse. I read your books. I've watched you. You know. You understand who I am.
Please don't.
Ew, no. Why?
No, he's going for so long! No! Oh. He just kept going. Matt, where are you?
I know, this is scary. Oh no.
If the cops are there, Matt's got to be on the way, right?
And then that tourniquet. Yeah, no.
No. Kick him in the balls. Kick him in the balls.
Ow.
Oh,
Holy crap, not that. Yeah.
thank God, Matt.
Whoa, awesome. He is enraged.
Get out of there, Heather. Run.
God, keep that tourniquet on.
Don't take that yet. Keep the tourniquet on. Keep it on very tight to get to the hospital.
I love when he does that.
Oof.
Oh no. Whoa, that went through his shoulder. Here we go, paint the floor with your blood. Made my own painting with you. Look at that on his freaking canvas.
Oh my gosh, so much blood.
He's gonna find out this way that he's Matt.
God. Heather, hide somewhere, please.
Whoa. Oh,
Right.
still bleeding a lot. She's gonna pass out.
Tourniquet. Oh my God.
She's okay. She's anemic.
Tie off the wound. Lift the arm over the heart.
Dead. Secure the building.
See, he made his own painting. Oh my God.
Dead.
Bus ASAP. Looks like someone has stabilized the victim. Well, like I said, it was chaotic up here. Like, hard to see or to tell.
He's gonna be like, no, I know.
What we do know is that you and your men did your job.
You did.
Yeah, they're
it.
not going to give credit. They're not going to give credit to Daredevil.
Nope.
That you stopped Muse. You are heroes. There was no one else up here. Isn't that right, Sergeant North?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is, Mr. Mayor. That's right.
He's like drunk with power. He's like blinking like, yes, right. Everything I say is true. Not cool.
Are you actually threatening me? No. Presenting you with an opportunity. A great one. With a great man. And what you decide in the next few seconds will determine how totally awesome but totally shitty the rest of your life is. And I'd be so stoked if you made the right call.
What?
Yeah, no, she ain't doing that.
Wow. What an asshole.
He's not very subtle. He's not very good at this. He wants to be
He's
Fisk, but
arrogant.
he ain't.
She's gonna connect the dots too.
I'm here.
It wasn't a nightmare.
I'm so sorry.
God, that must be terrifying.
Yep.
She's giving you an opening here, dude. She's giving you an opening. She's trying to get you to say the truth. Oh, Matt.
knows
You
you.
think he said my name?
Who?
Daredevil.
Voice went up a pitch.
Who? What? Who could it have
Breaking news
been?
tonight, the serial killer known as Muse is dead, and a Tribeca doctor is in stable condition. Muse was shot several times during a daring rescue by Mayor Fisk's newly formed anti-vigilante task force.
I don't think she
Last
knows.
man can no longer keep our city hostage.
I promised to keep our streets safe, and I delivered.
I delivered. Such a dick. Wow,
Hold
look
up
at
the
them,
map.
rubbing their noses. Liars. Yeah, she's
Now,
contemplating.
what is she up to?
I know. She's like, her look every time, she's just overconfident, where I just feel like she has a plan all the way through this whole thing. Lucas saying, like, things are better when you're in charge. Like, she was already thinking that. It's not
I'm
like
trying
what
to
you
decide
said.
if she was trying to lure him in by
So
being
he's
like, yeah,
alone.
sure, I'm interested. And then he shows up and, like,
Yeah. She just texted he's
gets his
alone.
ass kicked.
Oh, she just texted he's alone. Oh no, is he gonna kill him?
Yeah, no, but he's not alone. This is totally a setup. She's setting him up. Luca, goodbye. It was nice knowing you.
Exactly. They're ready for you. There's no way.
Nice
Oh my
knowing you,
God.
Luca.
I don't even want to see. Oh,
Thank you, Buck.
Buck. Ah. That's a lot of trust.
Could you call Vanessa and ask her? She'd like me to bring her home. Stole my car. Who's that?
Very good. That was so good. I loved it.
Magnifique.
This is just the casualness of it, you know?
Doesn't even flinch. Yep, he just
I
trusts
really-
his loyal people, and he's just like,
Yeah. He's just,
I'm just
you
gonna
know.
eat my yummy food. Gonna bulk up some more. Beautiful song. Yeah, bye, Luca. We knew you were gonna make it through. So what is Vanessa's plan here? Because she's many steps ahead. Like, Fisk is always many steps ahead, but she's even better at it. So I still feel like she cares for Fisk. I know she's a woman scorn, and she wants him under her belt. So I really think she still cares for him, but she definitely wants to control the situation, but make him feel like he's still in full control, but she wants to be head
I
of the
think
operation.
that they are each other's kind of crazy.
They
that
feed
makes
off of
sense.
that.
Yeah.
The attraction.
Yes. I think that's 100% what's happening. She's just like, I feel like she's like, she got a taste. She was just like a normal person, right? She was an art dealer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then she got a taste for this world, and I think she's just like into it, you know?
They're made for each other.
I think she's very into it.
Mhm.
And Luca comes up and is like, hey, you know, I could take out your guy. And she's like, oh, really? Isn't that sweet? Hey, guy, he's going to take you out. We should shoot him.
Yeah. See how loyal we are.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're quite the team for sure, and I really do like them together, as dangerous as that is. Yeah, so Fisk, you know, again, like, he is such an excellent villain. I really like him as a villain, and, you know, like you said, he's been like that before, where we feel like he's delusional. I feel like he's getting even more delusional. Like, he's a very smart man, but even in past series, he always talks about how much he loves his city. I want to protect this city. But that was always delusional in how he said that, because his understanding of it, it's more for him controlling it the way he wants to shape it, and he wants to control everything. So he's trying to justify that by saying that how much he loves the city is also he could benefit from it, not actually help people. And he just wants the attention and all that. And then here, like, Matt is so different. He does love this city. He cares about everyone, the little guy, everyone. And so here I really felt Fisk being even more delusional, like kept like reaching and just saying like how much hard work he's done and like how he's this
I do
genuine
think
guy.
it's definitely growing because like he definitely always had that control streak, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
He said he loves the city, but he loves the city the way he wants it to be, kind
Exactly.
of thing. So but to say I was unjustly arrested, I mean, I feel like that's going like so far over to like not understand, like I felt like before he always understood I'm breaking the law, but I'm doing it for the right reasons, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That he understood that what he was doing was blatantly illegal. The idea of him being unjustly arrested seems to be like he's trying to say like, no, what I was doing was somehow totally chill.
I know, and then that's the thing too. Like, it's actually worse off now. But I like when he could like differentiate, like, you know, between that, like actually killing someone and being like, yeah, I did a bad thing. But now he's like, no, like everything's justified now. Like, you know, I can do no wrong. I'm actually a decent guy, kind of thing. Like, it's just interesting to see that. I have to say that. Just a nitpick a little bit, because I really do enjoy this show so far, and I love how Matt's powers like are so good. Like, yeah, the fact that like certain things and the way that the effects happen to hone in on certain sounds that he hears, and I think it's actually quite cool. But when it comes to the painting, like, I'm trying to justify that, but
I know.
Jessica and I went to art school. I did a lot of paintings. You know, you were, you know, really into illustrations. Like, we understand like how that works. And yes, if you're like a 3D painter where you like to pile on to make it look more like a sculpture in a 3D image, yeah, like you're gonna like paint extra layers on areas to make it look exactly like that person in a 3D way. But when you're painting, layers don't work like that. Like, it's not like, oh, this protrudes more because it sticks out more.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, the cheek is out more, the eyes are more instead. This is
you can have a lot more layers in the eyes that pop out more. Like, and it can still look kind of three-dimensional, but it doesn't work that way. And even if it could a little bit, because I'm trying to think like, okay, well, the eyes and stuff, you see the swirls and how he like does the eyes, that like, okay, you can feel the texture sometimes of the paint and how the lines move. But even so, how can you know that that's Heather? Like, how do you know, like, oh, maybe someone with wavy hair and big eyes, and I don't know, but it's like, it was just too precise, where I was like,
there's a fun poeticness.
Too push there, yeah.
There's a fun poeticness to it, but it would have been a little bit better if he had like broken into the police station and heard someone say like, "Oh, we were looking through the things, and it looks like this one might be Heather, Dr. Heather, whatever," and like that. Like, I feel like that would I wouldn't. That'd be fine. It's hard to harp on because obviously it's all fake. No one has super hearing that can tell. Like,
I know,
when
you can nitpick it.
Sweat is running down someone's face. Like, it's not a thing. So, like, it's all exaggerated. It's just that this is something we know personally.
So I think it just made me more like, oh, that's kind of interesting. But I like how much it tried to push it to show how far his abilities can go. Like, I do think that's fun. Yeah. And maybe, you know, Muse is that kind of painter. Like, he's an excellent artist. And maybe he does do, like, 3D layers exactly how
there might be some layers.
Work.
But, so... showing how he works.
Fast forward.
He tends to work in one color, which is red, which means that the more color is going to be in the darker area and the less color is going to be in the lighter area. And the lighter area tends to be the more raised areas because that's where the light is hitting. So it's going to hit on the cheeks, it's going to hit on the tip of the nose, it's going to hit in the forehead. You can see it here on me. And the darker areas are going to be on the increase, like in the insides, right? So it's almost going to be a reverse. He's going to feel the bumps on the outside and like on the edge of the nose and in here. He's not going to feel the bump here. He's not going to feel the bump here. It's going to be in further deeper.
Yeah.
It'll be inverted. So
and not even perfectly inverted, you know? It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, because it's just a representation. Like, it's not even... It was a very good drawing. Like, I could tell it was her, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's still a representation and not like... If I felt someone's face, it wouldn't necessarily feel the same.
Isn't that crazy?
We'll move on.
yeah, absolutely. No, but I like how you say that. And it stinks too because I like how the characters that we're really getting to know, unfortunately get tied in to this story more in bad ways. But like poor Matt, like I'm glad he was able to save Heather and to save Angela. Like I love seeing that, but you can't save everyone. And with so many heroes, they have like devastating past, like really bad things happen to them. So like their family, their loved ones are always in trouble, in some way. And in this case, there wasn't even really a connection.
Yeah, it wasn't tied to him in any way.
Yeah, it was just circumstance that, the Muse was obsessed with her, and unfortunately, it's his girlfriend. But I am really happy that he was able to save her. And how cool was that? Like, I don't know if Daredevil was going to kill him there because there's so many close calls where Matt came really close to killing people. And he wanted to, like with Poindexter in the beginning, then he, he survived it because now he's like some kind of weird mutant. I know he's not a mutant, but like he went through that whole operation and now he can like live through that. But I wonder if Heather didn't shoot the Muse, if Matt would have, because that was his girlfriend and he's on a high right now. Like he's all about saving people, and he did say earlier on too that he's still a man or something. He defends life, or he's still alive. He's still alive.
It's still alive. Yeah.
Yeah. So he, so probably not. But that was a really cool attack when he used his like grappling hook or his like, his weapon and just like pulled him back like that because he was losing a lot of blood after that. It was like in the shoulder or something.
So, do you think that she doesn't know that it's Matt?
That's why I love watching with you because like, or anyone, but like with us, like sometimes we're on different pages, and I kind of like that where I don't know because obviously I think it would make sense for her to know in that moment, but just trying to read her body language, I don't know. Like I honestly, I don't think she actually knows, but I know she's traumatized and she's acting distant, but I think it's because she's so traumatized. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, you're probably right. But I don't think she knew.
I can honestly see it going either way. I can totally 100% see you being correct here. This isn't one of the situations where I'm just like, no, I'm definitely right. This is it. But like,
no, but I like that.
What I got out. That's what I personally got out of it was this sense of like, I'm giving you some rope here. Don't hang yourself with it. And then Matt immediately going like, oh, who was with you? That's so weird. You're saying there's someone there? I can't imagine what it would be. Yeah, and honestly, you saying that, now thinking in hindsight, going back to their conversation on the bed, and she's like, you're doing these things, you're getting injured, like, are you doing self-harm? Like, she's asking all these questions. Smart. So that's already there, too. So you're right, she probably does know, and trauma mixed with him lying. I mean, this is a huge lie. Like, yeah, so she probably gave him an opening, and he didn't take it. We talked about it a little bit, I think, last episode, where, like, there has to be a point in your relationship where you say, this is the line where if I go past this and I don't tell her about this, there's a problem. And they did open up this episode with an I love you.
They did. Relationships as a vigilante is hard. Really hard.
So if you're not willing at that point, after the big L word, after saving her life from Muse, if you're not willing to tell her you really are, I feel like that's saying that maybe this isn't necessarily a real relationship for you.
That's what makes me sad, because right now Matt is on a high. He's happy to be Daredevil.
He's being totally self-destructive.
Yeah, and I'm happy to see him as Daredevil, but yeah, it's just not good in how he's acting. And like him just making out with Heather right away, just like so happy and elated, and so for him to say to her, which we knew he was going to say it wrong, that this all feels fake. That wasn't a good thing to say, but it honestly was kind of true in, what he was saying. So as much as they care for each other and love each other, like, I just don't see it working out because Matt just can't let go of this life. And, he wants to keep it separate, and he's going to continue to lie to her. And you're right, she might know a little bit now. So I don't know. I don't see it working out. I love them being happy together, but they have this huge lie in between. So just not a good place to be. I don't know what you do with that because it's gone too far now. He has to tell her at some point soon.
Yeah.
It's already too late.
We'll see, I guess, after she gets out of the hospital, how she's feeling around him.
Yeah. And Angela now, like, she is connecting the
her.
dots.
I'm not so sure. I thought she
okay.
would know.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought for sure she would know, but then like the way she was talking after and she's telling him the stuff, I was like, oh, maybe she doesn't.
I love that, yeah, because I kind of like thought differently.
We're switching on.
I know we're switching on that one too, because then he's like so determined, and we don't see her face at this point when he starts like really drilling her for questions. Like, well, if they can't help you, then someone's gonna. So tell me these details, and he's really driving it. And I really thought that, you know, we didn't see her expression after that. We jumped to a different scene, but I kind of took that as, oh, okay, this has to be Daredevil. Like, I just kind of put her own expression in my head. Like, she's like, oh crap, okay, I heard his voice, and he was there, and now he's like really pushing for more details and like why. And he's like, don't worry, the cops can't do it. So it's like, well, what does that mean? You know? So, or maybe she's gonna think, well, the voice thing though. We saw that clip of her like looking around deliriously, hearing Matt's voice. So,
and I'd imagine, granted, she was drugged, so it's a lot of things going through trauma. There's a lot of things that can kind of color that impression. But I would imagine in a moment like that, when you hear that voice and you're like, oh my God, I'm saved, I'm not going to die, that moment would be very memorable, you know, and you would probably replay that voice in your head over and over again. Yeah, and maybe to the point where you wouldn't recognize it anymore. Like, you'd just be replaying, you know, memory of a memory of a memory of the voice. But she's talking to Matt like the next day.
Yeah, and his speech pattern like does not change. He sounds exactly the same, and he has a unique voice, and he has that like lower, like calm talk. I don't know, like pattern the way he talks.
He doesn't pull a Batman. He doesn't do like
or high pitched voice.
I have a throat problem.
Yeah.
No, he's fairly recognizable.
I think so. Okay, I got a random thing to say. So I did take a CPR class. I have to for my job every couple of years, and it's just fresh in my mind where I could be wrong. I want to say that first because I'm not a professional, but I did pass the class well. So anyways, when you do a tourniquet on someone, wherever they're injured on their arm or even leg, you're supposed to tourniquet them up here.
Oh, yes, here. For sure. Much higher.
And up here in the like crotch area, like right at the top of the leg, and then really tie the hell out of it where it hurts.
But you definitely don't want to undo the thing.
I know, don't undo it, because he's not like that professional. You don't want to undo it. I'm an artist, you know? But when you do it here, it's not going to do much.
No, yeah.
It slows it down a little bit, but it's going to keep going.
You're 100% correct, yeah.
You know, so anyways, yeah. So I was like, I'm like, that's not right. But it's not like he's a medical guy anyways. He's an artist.
No, and I think he was just trying to slow it, like,
just a little bit.
One, I think he might have been trying to pop out the vein, you know, like they do when you give blood.
Yeah.
So that, you know, it's a little bit higher and you can see specifically. And then maybe slow it a little bit so he can enjoy it, because he's a gross...
I know, he gets all excited and it's like so pervy and, messed up. Chills. Ugh.
But yeah, no, he wasn't like trying to save her life. I was just like, don't take it off, because if you take it off, it's going to be worse.
I know, it's going to be worse. Yeah, exactly. But I am glad she survived. I'm happy she survived, because she was losing a lot of blood there, and that was so traumatic. And for her to actually kill him.
He like left her with her arm down, which I feel like there's someone with medical knowledge would have to tell me. Part of it is like her body is kind of holding her arm in place, so that's good. Like there's pressure being put on it, but also you're supposed to raise the wound above the level of the heart, so that it's harder for blood to pump up.
Exactly.
So like I'm like, that's like the opposite. It's like down. I can't tell what would be better.
I think it's always up. I think it's always up. You want to go above.
Yeah, it was just because he had to leave her alone, so maybe the pressure was more consistent if it's on there. If you're an EMT or a medical professional, let us know in the comments. If we're kidnapped by Muse, what's the best way to...
Do you ever see those videos, like, I don't know if they're actual cops or not, but they, like, dress as cops, and they're like, this is how you break through handcuffs and stuff, and then they show you, like, these moves, and that one was, like, a little easier to remember, how you twist it, and then you could, like, snap it, but they had ones where, like, when your hands are tied behind your back, like, tied to a pole, and then you have to like step through certain things, and I'm like, I'm gonna freaking die, because I'm like, I'm not gonna remember how to like. But it's kind of cool that they show you ways to like break free of stuff. You know,
it's interesting, but I feel like that's less
to know.
That's probably like less something that people interact with.
Hopefully, hopefully
wounds,
for her.
wounds can happen even if you don't have a serial killer tying you to a chair.
Yeah,
you know,
black women.
they can just happen whenever.
Yeah, I've heard crazy stories about that. So if you ever have to do a tourniquet, you always do it up here, guys, for arms and on your legs, like right at the tippy top. Yeah, near the crotch area.
And you write down when you've put the tourniquet on there on the person's body if you can, so the doctors know. Important information.
Yeah.
Never pull the thing out.
So
you get stabbed, leave it in. Just keep it in place.
I know. It's like all these things, like because you just immediately want to pull.
Hold on. What other first aid stuff can we talk about?
I know, right? Yeah.
Totally relevant too.
I love it. Let's just bring in like the stuff we know. Yes. So this was a good episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for always explaining things and telling us extra fun details, because that's always fun to read about. So until next time, guys, have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.